Hello, guys. My name is Jubilee Gamaniel, and welcome to my podcast, Conversations with Friends. If this is your first episode, welcome and thank you for taking the time to actually listen to this. And if you're watching it on YouTube, thank you so much for taking the time to watch it. I hope you're having a fantastic day. So today's episode, I decided to do on my own because one, I wanted to introduce myself to you guys, and also I wanted to speak on something that I had posted on Instagram last week, and a lot of people did not just comment, but a lot of people DM'd me because they felt like they could relate to it. And I thought, I could open up that conversation on this platform so that we can just talk about it. I can share my experiences and just the things that have helped me move and the things that have helped me grow as an individual and as a woman as well. And I thought it would just be beneficial. But yeah, my name is Julie Gamaniel, for those of you who do not know. Woo, I am a full-blown Nigerian. I was born and raised in Nigeria by two wonderful parents from Adamawa State. For those who are Nigerian, they will know that they will know where Adamawa State is. I am from the north of Nigeria, and I am one of those little girls who always had a dream to do big things, be great, be big. I think that came to me just as a little kid. I think at like 7, I would share all these incredible stories with like my grandpa. I would tell him how I'm gonna be so rich, I'm gonna be so famous, I'm gonna be so creative, I'm gonna produce the best films, I'm gonna produce the best movies, and how I was gonna buy him a private jet, I was gonna buy him a yacht, I was gonna buy him a big mansion with so many rooms in it. I had huge dreams. Like, you know how they say kids are like an empty canvas? I was that child. I was an empty canvas, and trust me, I believed so much in the things that I wanted to accomplish. And I think in some ways, as I have matured and grown into an adult, I reminisce on those days, and I realized that I'm still that child. I still have those big dreams, big goals, things that I want to achieve. And I think I stopped for a minute because it's one of those things where when you step into adulthood, I don't know if any of you can relate, but when you step into adulthood, sometimes because you know good from bad, you now have responsibilities. Those things take you away from actually doing or dreaming the dreams that you have, because because those responsibilities are there. I feel like I'm not articulating this well. Okay, so as an adult, right, you have these big dreams, but also you have bills to pay. You have bills that are waiting for you in your house, bills that you know are going to arrive in the mail. So you have to always strategize. You're not like, oh, I'm just going to live carefree, pick a backpack and just run around the world or do whatever, which is great. You can. But usually when you have so many responsibilities, they sometimes, not all the time, but they sometimes get in the way of you trying to achieve a goal or you trying to achieve a dream. But I found out that I am still that child, big dreams, big goals, and I finally found the balance of being an adult and being able to enjoy my life and being able to be the best version of myself. I don't know what that means, but I know that I am happy. And so if this is what they mean by, I know I'm an adult now, I know I am happy, and I know that I am being the best version of myself. For me, the best version of myself means that I am capable of creating my own pockets of joy. I'm capable of creating my own happiness as well. Anyway, so there was this post that I posted on Instagram. I want to read the caption to you guys because I want it to resonate. I want it to resonate with the people who it can, and for those people who are walking this path, I want to be able to encourage them to say, hey, look, you got this, okay? All right, so I'm gonna read that. I'm just gonna pick my phone and I'm gonna read that from my phone for you guys. All right, let me find the caption because I did screenshot it. So let's do that. Okay, so let's find the caption because I did screenshot it, and okay, let's go from there. So the caption says, 3 years ago, I reached my version of rock bottom. I felt like I was playing the losing hand. I had this idea of what my life was supposed to be, and when it didn't get there, I didn't give myself grace. Spent so much of my time wondering why she gets to be happy, but I don't. Why she gets everything I don't. Constantly comparing myself to others in my head, of course. I know we've all been in that place where we're comparing ourselves to other people, because sometimes, truly, sometimes you work so hard and things don't happen the way that you want them to, because you're like, I keep on working so hard, I keep on putting in the effort, I keep on putting in the work. And sometimes you might look to your side, or you might look to the other side and see someone who in your opinion, because you do not know what's happening behind the scenes, right? In your opinion, is not putting in as much work as you are. And then you're like, but they're doing great, they're doing, they're having a good life, they're great, they're whatever. Or sometimes you can look at people that you started with or started a journey with, and you see them being super successful, and you're like, oh my God, how is she having this? How does she have that? How is her life so great and mine is not? Right? Sometimes, honestly, that can get in the way, and that can make you feel like you're not winning. And sometimes you just stay in your head, you dwell in there. And the thing about dwelling in your head is, the moment you start to compare yourself to others, you release your right to be your most authentic self. I don't know if that makes sense. You're no longer your most authentic self, because now you're trying to be a different version of yourself that now has, not a different version of yourself, a different version completely, that now has influences from the things around them and not the things that are feeding their soul. So I'll give an example. As a creative, the reason why creative people are able to create authentic content, that when you go there, you know how you go on Instagram sometimes and you see someone's video and you just know this video was made by this person, because you already know this is their signature style, this is the kind of things that they will put in the video, these are the things that you like, these are the I forget the word I'm trying to look for right now, but these are the things that you recognize about their brand, right? And so the thing about it is, like, they stay true to who they are, they stay true to their brand, because it comes natural to them. They don't have to like struggle to be something else. They don't have to struggle to create, because this is who they are. These are the things that they believe in, the colors they believe in, the light they believe in, the statements they believe in. So they create that and they put that forward to everyone. Now, the thing about it is, like, the moment you start to compare yourself to other people and you start to feel like, why am I not succeeding like they are succeeding? What happens is, now you start to copy their style. Now you start to copy their own. And sometimes it's unconsciously, you like literally unconsciously start to copy that person's style, because you're trying to get to that place that person is. And it doesn't work that way, unfortunately. Life doesn't work that way. You have to be your most authentic self. And I do not know what truly being your most authentic self means, but here's what I know. What I know is happiness, and being happy, and being able to wake up in the morning and be in a great mood and be happy and be content with the things that you have, is you truly being your most authentic self and you living your most authentic life. That's what I think it is. All right, let's go to reading the other paragraph. So it says, this made me physically sick. In that moment, I knew it was time to check in with myself. Honestly, jealousy and feeling not enough can actually not just play a detrimental role in your psyche and your mental, it can also physically make you sick. I know what it feels like, because I know how I was feeling at that time when I really felt like I was at a low. I knew that I was feeling like, oh my God, where do I go from here? And I was feeling like life was just like against me. Like life was like 100% just against me, did not want me to win at all. And that was a lie. That was a lie. My mind was telling me a lie that my body became physically sick to. So I decided to press the reset button on my life. I pulled out my journal and made 2 lists. First list I had were all the things I wanted to let go of in my life, and second had everything that was going good in my life. As I read it back to myself, I was gradually reminded that things were not as bad. To release myself further, I wrote letters to people who had hurt me and I had hurt, asking for forgiveness. I genuinely apologized because I wanted to release myself from that. Then I wrote a letter to myself, reminding me to always allow room for grace in my life. This part was very, I'm not gonna lie, the part where I had to, one, recognize that I was in a dark place, that was a difficult one. And honestly, I think being surrounded with great friends and people who actually care about you is a must and a plus for anyone, because if you're surrounded by people who care about you, people who love you, they will hold you accountable, and they will always remind you as well in those dark days that you are good enough, you are enough, you are wonderful, you're smart, you're beautiful. They will constantly remind you of that. And for me, in that time, my best friend Adinet was that for me, right? She was one of those people who said, okay, look, you've had time to mourn, ma'am, I'm gonna need you to snap yourself back and come back to reality, reset for yourself. Figure out what it is. Sorry, I want to take some coffee. Let me sip on something. She reminded me to reset on your life, reset on the things that you think that you truly love and the things that are valuable to you. So she forced me to pick myself. And so in that moment, I pressed the reset button on my life. I said to myself, I said, where is that girl? Where is that young 13-year-old, 7-year-old girl who 16-year-old girl, 21-year-old girl who was so hungry to be creative, hungry to be so successful, but not just that, hungry to be an example and an inspiration for women all around the world? What happened to that girl who wanted to build vocational schools in the north of Nigeria? What happened to that girl who wanted to buy her grandfather a big mansion? What happened to that girl who truly just wanted to live her most authentic life and carry the people that she loved and cared about there? What happened to her? And I realized that I had let go of that girl. I had let go of that girl because life was getting in the way, and I let life get in the way. And there's nothing wrong with letting life get in the way, because sometimes life will kick your butt out. Like, it will kick your butt. But then you have to remind yourself to get up again. And that was my moment of, I need to get up again. But then I knew that to do the work, I needed to do the inner work for myself. But at the same time also, I needed to release myself from the bad karma that I had put in the world as well by hurting other people, whether I did it consciously or unconsciously. But I can only give from that after I have healed. So what I did was I started journaling. So I took 21 days off. Literally, I took 21 days off in the month. One thing that I loved to do was I love to listen to music a lot. And I loved to watch I loved to binge watch a TV show or whatever with my best friend Adinet. And I decided, you know what, I want to give that up. I want to give up listening to music, and I want to give up watching TV, because I needed to give up. So, okay, this is how the world works, right? The world works where you cannot just, you have to give something for something. It's just the way that it is. There's always a trade-off for something. It's the same thing. I mean, even with religion, when it teaches you, even with God, you have to give something to be able to get something from him, right? You have to give the glory, the honor, all of that to him in order for him to give to you. And I'm not forming room for arguments. I'm just giving examples here. So this is not criticizing. I'm just trying to give an example. So you have to be able to give something to be able to get. That's the reason why some people go on fasting, because now you're giving up eating and things that you enjoy. I don't know, but for me it was very important for me to give up something that I naturally enjoyed, which was watching TV, listening to music, and dancing to it. So I gave that up for 21 days, and I bought 21 books, and I said to myself, these are 21 books. You're going to read one book each day. But I said to myself, I was like, one book each day. I was like, ooh, that's a lot. But then I had to reel it in, and I was like, okay, we're going to do one book in 3 days. One book in 3 days. That's what I did. One book in 3 days. Books that were for healing the mind, books that reminded me of books that reminded me of how to heal myself. I want to share those books with you guys. Actually, let me grab those books so you guys can see the books that I got for myself, and they really, really helped me. Okay guys, so I want to show you the books that I read and the books that really, really helped me. Number one is The Alchemist. I do not know if you've read that book, but The Alchemist I absolutely loved. For those of you listening to it on the podcast, and I hope I'm not pronouncing it wrong, The Alchemist is written by Paulo Coelho. To realize one's destiny is a person's only obligation. Honestly, truly, 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 it really is. And that truly helped me. And my friend introduced me to the book by Whoopi Goldberg, where it says, if someone says you complete me, run. I swear to God. This book I swear by. This is a good book. I read it and I realized, oh my God. One, it helped me realize that I wasn't a crazy person, but because I always used to say to myself, I'm like, I just saw relationships different in the sense of like, I didn't think that I had to have a relationship where someone had to live in the same house with me, we had to live in the same building or whatever, or we had to share one room, things like that. But that's another conversation for another day. But reading that book helped me. But not just that, it helped me realize that you cannot complete someone. You have to be the best version of yourself before you meet someone. You have to be a whole person before you meet someone, because you want to meet someone whole as well. And then you guys create the third person, which is your relationship, where you meet each other halfway and halfway. I hope that we can talk about these things on the podcast as well. I would love to delve into them just so that way you guys understand some of my thinking and maybe we can relate to each other. This book I really love, Untamed by Glennon Doyle, one of my favorites. I really, really love. Honestly, I have so many things marked in this book where I just go back to every now and again to just remind myself that I got this, and remind myself that it's okay for me to be untamed, because the idea of being tamed, like, takes my freedom away, and freedom is very important to me. And I hope that as you're listening to this, you understand that you are not alone. It's okay for you to feel like you do not want to be tamed. It's okay for you to feel like you want to just be able to live your life with no regrets, make the mistakes and find the resolutions for those, figure out who you are, find out what works for you. You're allowed that. You're 100% allowed that. And then one of the books I read also was Three Magic Words. Three Magic Words I absolutely loved. I don't know how to explain this, right? But I'm one of those people where it's like when my friends come, they're like, "Oh my God, your book still looks brand new." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I'm not. I mark my books, I highlight them and things like that. But I'm just a very neat reader, if that makes sense. I like my OCD also contributes to that. I like everything being just being nice and neat and whatever. But yeah, anyways, this book. Oh God. This book, guys, this book is called The Body Keeps Scores. If you ever have the chance, if you have a second of yourself, get yourself this book. This book is good. This book is really good. This book really, really, really helped me recognize this book really helped me recognize. It helped me recognize my trauma, and it helped me recognize why they were there. And not just that, it helped me deal with it as well, ways that I can actually deal with it. And this book supported it. This book supported that. It really did. Walking the Tiger, Healing Trauma, it really did as well. If you ever have the opportunity, I definitely top on my list for recognizing trauma, understanding it truly, truly well, and understanding the depth of it. I definitely recommend The Body Keeps the Score. It's very, very chef's kiss. But yeah, so those are the books that really, really helped me. I delved into reading a lot, and I delved into meditation, and that was when I became more like focused on making sure that I was always meditating at least once a day. So I went into like meditation, and before you knew it, I was journaling as well, and I will write down all the things that I wanted. I will write down everything that I wanted. I will date them in there, like when I wanted it and things like that, and I will write down the dates, and I wrote down the year that I wanted it and the way that I wanted it to happen. I will write those things down, and I kept on doing it repeatedly for 21 days, guys. 21 days of just doing, like, just fully focused, like overwhelming work on myself. And I'm not saying that in 21 days all of a sudden I just became better. No, but 21 days helped me master those habits. 21 days helped me reset. Like, it's almost like when you get your iPhone, right, and you press those two buttons and then it goes off, and then you're able to reset the entire thing, and then it comes on and then it feels like a brand new phone. That's exactly what I did. I did that. I just reset myself, reset my mindset, and it really helped. I did that for 21 days. You can do it for whichever long works for you. For me, 21 days worked. And let me know, guys, if you read any of these books, what do you think about them? Did you love them? Have you read these books before? Like, did they help you in your journey? What are the lessons that you took away when you read them? How has this helped you figure out life? How has this helped you navigate yourself, what you want to do, finding your purpose in the world? I really want to know in the comment section. I really want to learn from you as well, because I think it's important that we all learn from each other and help each other grow, because at the end of the day, well, all we got. So yeah, okay. So let me read the last half of this letter of the caption so that we can go from there. I'm like, fast forward to 3 years and I'm living the life I dreamed of, surrounded by people who genuinely love me. Same things I had 3 years ago. The difference now is my mindset. 100%. I am sharing this to say it doesn't matter how much darkness you have over you, there's light at the end of the tunnel. There's light at the end of all this, sorry. Every time you think you're struggling, focus on the good thing. Focus on the good. Write down all the good things that are happening to you and remind yourself you'll be fine. My life is not perfect. I have gray moments once in a while, but the moments of light overshadow everything else. We are still growing and figuring life out. I truly hope you find pockets of joy every day. P.S. I love you and you are a gift to this world. I can't wait for the world to experience your magic. I truly believe that. I truly believe that every single human being is a gift to this world, but also a gift to yourself. You are such a gift to yourself, and so you must take care of yourself. You must take care of your mind. You must take care of your physical self. You must just truly take care of yourself, because it's important that you are fine. It's important that you are okay, because you can only give love to the people around you when you're okay. You can only give love to the people around you when you're fine. And so it's very important that you take care of yourself, your mind, read books, do whatever it is that works for you. You can journal, you can do meditation, you can work out. For some people, clearing their mind means you need to work out. For some people, it's spending time with your friends. Whatever it is that helps you reset, whatever it is that helps your mental and helps you clear your mind, that's very important. Another thing that I did as well was I wrote letters to the people that I had hurt, or we had a falling out and there was no reason for it. So I wrote a letter to them and I said, hey, look, I appreciate you as my friend and thank you so much for the gift of friendship for all the years that we've been friends. I really do appreciate you, and I want you to know that I do not take that for granted, and I never took that for granted in those moments. I understand now that our paths have changed. I understand now that we're both living different lives, and I truly wish you nothing but the absolute best. I hope that during our friendship, if there was any way that I hurt you or any way that I made you feel small, I truly, truly hope that you forgive me, and I hope that we find, wait, actually, you know what? Let me find an email. You know what? I'm going to find an email for you guys. I'm going to find an email that I sent out. There's no need to no. Why just say these things for my brain when I can just tell you guys right now exactly what I wrote? Okay, I'm not going to call the names, obviously. I wrote, my dearest, I hope you're doing well and this letter meets you well. I have missed your jokes and funny dances. I am in a new phase of my journey through life, and that means tapping into my truest, highest self. And during this time, it is important I make amends from past friendships and relationships. Ours is one of those. I want to say that I am truly sorry for how our friendship ended. I take full responsibility for my role in its end. I heard something negative you had said about me, and I never talked to you about it or allowed you the opportunity to explain, but decided on my own what should happen in our friendship. I now know and understand how hurtful that can be, and I apologize. I'm sorry I made you feel that way. I love you very much, and that has truly never changed and will never change. Thank you for loving me. With all humility in my heart, I ask that you forgive me. Wherever I failed in our friendship, forgive me. Thank you for being a good friend to me and for always being there when I needed someone to talk to or hang out with. Thank you for always going shopping with me when I needed to get new clothes. Thank you for constantly showing me how to style myself and apply makeup properly. Thank you for being yourself. I truly appreciate you as a friend and a human being. I want you to know that there's no bad energy here. I truly love you, sending you so much love and light. Have an incredible rest of your year, and I hope and truly wish you nothing but the absolute best. Your friend, Julie. And that was the letter I sent out. I sent that letter out to a couple of my friends. I tweaked it a little bit because with every friend it was different. I learned different things from every friend, and whatever I learned from them was what I did. Let me know if you guys want me to insert this letter in the caption so that way you can just copy, paste, and just edit it the way that you want to edit it when you want to send it out. But I was very happy to just be able to send that out. And truly, when I sent it out, most of my friends responded back and said, thank you so much for this letter. You do not know how I wanted to hear this, and you do not know how much I wanted to hear you say those words. And I forgive you, I love you, and I truly wish you nothing but the best. Whew. Let me tell you, it felt so good because one, I had relieved myself of that guilt and that karma that I was hanging on to, and the idea of like just holding a grudge against someone. Just, I felt so free of it, and whether they responded to me or not, that was no longer my responsibility. But at the same time also, I can see how they on their end would be like, oh no, you're not going to do this to me, you're now putting the responsibility of me forgiving you. But truly, when I sent it, I did not expect any forgiveness. I did it because it was important for me to do as a human being, to say to someone that I take accountability for my responsibility and my role in the breaking up our friendship. But yeah, okay. I feel like there's so much to say, and there's so much that I can share with you guys, and I hope that I'm able to share with you throughout the episodes as we keep on going with conversations with friends. So I'm looking at a note here that I wrote for myself, and I remember that I wrote it down because I said I was going to end the podcast saying this to you. So first of all, I want to say thank you so much for listening to this episode, and I truly hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you want to hear more about this kind of conversation, how to heal from hurt, how to heal from broken friendships, how to find yourself, ways and tricks to get you, well, not tricks actually, because these are not tricks, like ways to get you to mentally heal yourself, ways for you to find yourself and grow as an individual. Let me know if you want to see more of that, and I am here to create content that will help you grow. Truly, from my heart to yours, I truly hope that this content helps you and helps you grow and helps you be a better version for the people around you and for yourself as well. With all that being said, this is a note that I wrote to myself, and I said I was going to read it out to you guys. There's so much going on in the world, and it's a lot emotionally to handle, even if it's not happening directly to you or anyone that you know. But being cognitive to take care of yourself and your mental, and finding pockets of joy. I hope, and I truly mean this when I say that, I hope you find pockets of joy in your life. There's so much going on in the world. There's so much hate. There's so much anger. There's so much dying. There's so much going on. There's so much going on. But there's so much good things going on as well. And I hope that you constantly find pockets of joy for yourself. I hope that you constantly find pockets of joy, of peace. I love you so very dearly, and I wish you nothing but the absolute best. Do not forget to share, like, comment on this, share with any of your friends who you know will benefit from this a lot, because at the end of the day, I want to be able to create content that resonates with the people that follow me and the people that listen to this. I love you so much, and I wish you nothing but the absolute best. Have a fantastic rest of your week. From my heart to yours.